Let's reload on Rumble. Da-dup, dup, dup, dup. Dup, da, dup, dup, dup. Can we click live? Yep, viewers waiting. Viewers waiting. Oh, fucking Jesus. All right, wait. Again, I just farted. Oh, hold on. Oh, we're coming back. It's taking a minute. All right. All right, these two are there. Now I have to get this one. YouTube. Dear Lord, I don't know what's going on with Streamlabs, but this is not like KBS dropping and then disconnecting. I have a connection and then it's just gone. So, weird shit. I'll say this, for the aliens aren't going to get us bullshit. Weird shit be happening, yo. Weird shit all around. Let's check this out. Let's go here. 3 minutes ago, that was that stream that I couldn't connect. Okay, whoever's downloading porn, stop it right now. Again, that's very, very gross. No, like, of course, that's why your internet connection doesn't work. We don't download porn here, sir. So that's again, that's fucking. There's a kid in this house, dude. Like, seriously, it's fucking gross. Please come back. Did we not come back? I thought we came. Oh wait, I gotta put the Control C, Control V. There we go. There you go. There's your new chat thing. We'll close that. We'll pop this one out. That's what we're watching now. Let's try. Where's this? Yep, there we go. So something is getting spotty. The internet dropped for a bit and then came back, and now we're doing this weird up and down bullshit again, which is abnormal for me today, but apparently not for this thing. Is Twitch just gone? I'll be honest, if Twitch is gone because it's not reading on Twitch. Oh no, the bitrate's just not reading. The bitrate's reading and it's not saying it's plus or minus. So I don't know what the disconnect issue is or what's causing it. Japanese idols are insanely parasocial. Yes, that's true. Kings of Brian the Science, I don't know what that is. What? Mercy from Overwatch's feet, obviously. Oh, he's saying that's what he downloads. Mercy from Overwatch. Pictures of her feet. Mercy is a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Swedish chick? I thought she was Swedish, but she's a Swedish character. She's a healer. She's got angel wings. Tall, slender, very shapely feet. What is this show about? Well, boxing and rum. Fuck, I can't read today. It's normally just kind of an entertainment, have fun, fuck around show. We've had the internet playing fucky-doo with me all day today, so it seems weird because we're good at 1 minute and then suddenly things disconnect, and then I don't know what to do. Like I look and we're good, and then nope. Johnny, I have a basement you can live in. I can get a stair lift installed. Dude, that's great. I feel like if that's the route I'm going, I'll just get the stair lift installed here. Like, if we're going to do one basement to another basement, we might as well just put the stair lift in here, because I still get the benefit of being able to see my daughter. The offer is appreciated. I need something with sunlight. So it could be a basement if it had like if it was like built into a hill, and I had like, say, a northern exposure or something that really shows a fair amount of sunlight for me, particularly in the summer months. Today, Johnny reads as well as he walks. Needs help sometimes. People want to know how much money to spend a day with you. Dude, if you were hanging out with me for the whole day, I'll say this, probably about the same as my show, about $65 a day. Yeah, Crowder. $65 a day. That's it. I'll hang out with you a day for $65. That's what I'd make streaming. I mean, it's more work, but it's less of an audience, and you'd be paying up front, so I wouldn't have to worry about having to make the money. This stream is as stable as Johnny's legs. But cripple jokes. Steel Toe only pays you $65. Oh no. More than that a day, I think. Here, let me do the math. So then that would be times 4. Yeah, no, not really. But I don't do the whole day. I only do 4.5 hours. So it's just kind of thing. And it's twice a week. So it's just for the 2 days. So Japanese Idol fans are insanely parasocial. Yeah, we got that. Is there just nothing else happening in the Rumble chat? I worry. Why is the Rumble... Yep, nope. Just nothing else happening in the Rumble chat. It's probably... And we have most of our Rumble people still here. It's probably just because fucking things getting fucky. I'm sorry that things have been fucky. We have the goal ahead by a day. We're $60 from Thursday, and thank you. $60 from Thursday is awesome. We have about an hour left in the show, and we've got several stories left to get to. So, how much for 4 to 5 minutes? No, again, there's no you don't get to have sex with me. You're not doing your butt cure stuff, Lab Glass. So it doesn't matter. Johnny is dressing up as wheelchair Spider-Man. Nah, wheelchair Spider-Man. J-pop Idol fans are effing nuts. Wife and I went to a J-pop concert, and I don't think I'll go again. Because the fans were nuts, Brian? Because the fans were nuts? Well, you were one of the fans, right? And this is where I understand that lady. She's got fans that might seriously lose their shit if they find out she's married. They're like, hey, wait a minute. I've been paying for your merch this whole time and you're into some dude? That's not okay. And then if she's selling off experiences, they got to bail on those too, right? Like, you got to have a backup on that. You can't trust those people. Something fucking hinky will happen. All right. Indian man charged with stabbing people. That's a rip and read, so I don't know if I really want to get to that. We've got that, the whistleblower thing. Let's do the whistleblower thing first because we got like an hour left, and then we'll try and. I will say this: if we completely disconnect again, I'll try and start her up one more. But after we hit 30 minutes of show left, if disconnection happens, I'm just gonna go fucking make sure I don't have to poop because, dear Lord, my guts are a fucking twirling. Nah, USA tour. So were they all American Idol fans? That would scare me more. American Idol fans. It isn't how I meant, like what I meant, but but it still worked is the point. Oh fuck! Fox News, stop this! I hate you can't effing stop interjecting stories.
It's bad. Because number one, we're dealing with volume volatility. We still haven't recovered from COVID.
This is here. Let me go back.
Back to pre-COVID conditions, and
let me take my camera off the screen so you can read this guy's name.
How's it affecting the whole trucking industry? It's bad. Because number one, we're dealing with volume volatility.
Mike
we still haven't recovered
Kacharski, co-owner and operator of JFC Trucking.
COVID conditions, and when the volumes are down,
the
prices go down. So all our truckers are fighting for the same loads, and it goes to lowest bidder. And then now, if you have these drivers coming in from that are non-domiciled here, they have no family here, they have no home, they live in their truck. I mean, I don't know how they got these trucks. I assume they're leased to own trucks, and they have a payment. They have to pay so much a month. So they're saying, okay, look, all the market's doing for $2,000, we'll do it for $1,700. So what it's doing is it's putting small trucking businesses out of business. Every day you see this in the paper all the time if you follow it. what's happening. And these companies been in business for decades. You know, we got to deal with COVID, we have to deal with the volumes dropping, and now we have to deal with this competition with these drivers. It is, you know.
Well, thank God these drivers aren't also causing auxiliary problems like, I don't know, murdering multiple motorists on the road by not knowing how to drive.
Really killing the trucking business. First, I would say protecting American jobs, ensuring the integrity of our workforce is absolutely essential. The DOT's rules to step in, restoring fairness in the system, make sure that every driver.
Yeah, that's going to be a real big problem because, see, the DOT might say that, but then you have the whole issue of, like, California being like, but we don't want to be racist, so we'll give companies permits. We won't look into shit. We'll let them give drivers. Again, an illegal alien, multiple times, illegal aliens with CDLs. I don't care if you're like, they should be able to come here. I don't care if you're like, they should be able to drive. They should be able to have an ID, whatever. Commercial driver's license. No, not as an illegal immigrant.
The road, regardless of the background, meets the same rigorous safety and licensing standards.
Oh, I agree, Scruffy. So Newsom needs to be thrown in prison.
At the same time, it's important we remember that many hardworking, law-abiding immigrants, drivers, have built careers in this industry. And
yeah, but they're not the ones that are undercutting it. The ones that are undercutting it are these weird businesses where everyone has the exact same last name of Singh, and they all just fucking come over here. They take low, like you just said, low bid contracts, or they bid down the price of contracts. They'll do the job for less because they don't have a family to provide for. They don't have extended family or bills to pay. They just have their monthly truck payment, and then that's it. And so they'll do it.
Help keep our supply chain moving. My father came from Poland as an immigrant to the U.S., became a truck driver, and that's how we started JKC Trucking. Ensuring, you know, supply chains moving, especially during critical shortages, for example, COVID. The goal shouldn't be to exclude people.
Johnny, Trump needs to be in prison. Dude, if he really was what you say, and I'm not doubting you. I'm not doubting you, Killers Gen. I'm one of those people that believes that Donald Trump probably has a tie to Epstein. I think he's probably one of the many people who, especially when he was younger, slept with someone who was under 18 and then found out about it after, and now he's in the fucking hook if he wasn't before. But as far as needs to be deported, I would say, or like Trump needs to be deported. What is it? Trump needs to be deported. He's a chomo. Like these are a lot of weird derogatory terms. I'll say this: Donald Trump isn't any worse a president than the fucking cadaver we had the last 4 years, or the VP that he threw up as his replacement. He's not any worse for any of that. What he is he's a really bright, shiny object to distract people from how much shit is still not going the way they would like, despite the fact they voted for Donald Trump. If there's anything they could use on Trump, they'd have done it already. Exactly. They've tried to arrest this guy multiple times. The only thing they can't do is use Epstein stuff on him because Epstein's a suicide pill. Epstein's red and blue. It doesn't matter whether you're saying, oh, I bet Biden's on the Epstein list. I bet the Clintons are on the Epstein list. Here's why it won't come out. Because Democrats can't lose the Clintons and all of their supporters and all of their senators that are on that list the same way the Republicans can. Neither side can. You should see some of the drivers that come into my job. You wonder how they can tie their shoes, let alone drive a truck. But here's my problem, Mr. Q. If they're from this country, if they live in this country, if they're a resident of this country, I'm more likely and inclined to believe that they can drive that truck. Because if they're not a resident of this country, an illegal immigrant that can just run and dash off at the first sign of trouble, and if they're not here legally, now I'm wondering, what other systems do you skate? What other side hustles are you running? Not a single person who would believe what's in the Epstein files. Oh, everyone's always going to pull the internet shit of, again, say Donald Trump's not in the Epstein files. Say the Epstein files are released tomorrow. We have all the names and Trump's not on the list. Every Trump hater is going to be like, yeah, they didn't release everything. Donald Trump's on the Epstein files. And let's go the other way. Say we release the Epstein files and we find out despite everything, Bill Clinton's not in the Epstein files. He's not on the Epstein files at all. Oh, well, they're hiding stuff because they didn't mention Clinton. So, don't most drivers take meth and uppers? Obviously, you don't know dick about DOT. Hell no, they don't. Most drivers get piss tested regularly. So, The most they're going to do is drive drunk, especially if their last name is Singh. I dislike Trump for the reasons he's not going far enough for my liking. Well, that's what I'm saying, Scruffy. Trump got elected to do shit, and he's not doing a lot of it. Like, we're getting movement on the ICE stuff, but he got elected to cut down that spending. Remember Doge? Remember how great that was going to be? And I know a lot of people pull the Trump support going, well, hey, but that was Congress, not him. And it's like, yeah, but he had to know, throwing that forward, he had to have advisors like, look, the Supreme Court will not let this slide. This is a grand overreach of federal spending, and this is a president overreaching his powers. They will throw this down and say that it has to be ratified by the Senate. And you have to know going in, if you're making these promises, you should be making deals with senators and promises to senators, so that way they're going to follow through with it. But they didn't. Again, it's like he promised the whole thing, probably knowing it wouldn't come through, and it was just a giant waste of time, which would explain why fucking Elon Musk got so cunty. Like, he clued into, we're not really doing any of this. We're just putting it up there because it looks nice, and he got upset. Trump just cares about getting his family rich and manipulating the stock market. So did Joe Biden. He's corrupt, trust me. So is Joe Biden. As for manipulating the stock market, I don't know about that. And as for trusting you, I don't even know your real name. You can at least see my face. Your name is Killer's General Horseplay -D3U. Okay. In fairness, he is firing a bunch of people during the shutdown. That is one thing. But now, are those people we need to be that need to be fired? Your life doesn't suck because of a president. It sucks because you suck, says Scruffy. Well, yes, that's true. I'm the first person to know that my life doesn't suck because of a president. I hated the blatant, stupid, idiotic, clearly a family-made inside deal that Joe Biden bragged about when it happened to set up throwing an entire country into a revolt and then having it fight itself and then Russia, and then we had to keep throwing fucking money on that fire for how many years? Yeah, you're telling me that after all of it, after everything he used his son to do to set up the whole thing, everything he used the American government to do to push that prosecutor out to fuck the whole thing up, like you're telling me he's not taking money on that? What are you, high? The government is way too large and needs to be much smaller. But that comes hand in hand with having a smaller military, Scruffy. We got to tone down the military. Stop throwing money so blindly into weapons manufacturers and the military-industrial complex. But that won't happen. We won't tone down the military. We won't stop making weapons and selling them to Israel and everywhere else. Biden is as guilty as they come. I honestly, at this point, don't think there's been a president in my life who isn't guilty of pulling some fucking fucky shit. Literally. Like the earliest president I can remember. I don't remember Reagan clearly. I remember Bush clearly. Bush 1. And he's apparently responsible or at least heavily involved with everything that happened with JFK. So it's like, what are you going to do? If you get a Class B or Class A, your BCA level goes down to 0.06 instead of 0.8 for a DWI. Yeah, again, it's, like I said, Mr. Q didn't know what they were talking about. The big, beautiful bill increased military. Trump lies. I didn't say, did I say it didn't? And again, I didn't say the big, beautiful bill was a bread. This is one of those, that's where, you know what, Scruffy's right. You got a TDS thing. Nobody brought up the big, beautiful bill or said that Trump didn't increase spending. Didn't I actually just say that a big reason to be disappointed with Trump was because he came in touting how he was going to cut spending to the point where other countries' leaders like Javier, what's his name, started emulating Donald Trump and started cutting spending? And then we followed up with, and we're not gonna. So yeah, I don't know. Carter maybe, says Jelly for the Smelly. Carter. Yeah, but that's again, I think Carter was before my time. 82 was, because wasn't 82 Reagan? Or was Carter in 82? Fuck, I don't remember. It's been a long time. Either way, our government is, like I said, completely fucked up. But I don't think, who cares? You were a baby. Well, it was more like when I was trying to think of whether or not he was corrupt or not. I'm trying to think of corruption stuff. And I think Carter might be the closest you can find to a president without corruption stuff. So, yeah, we'll let this dude finish on the trucking industry. Boom.
Ensure accountability and proper training across the board. And some, this crash just isn't a personal tragedy. It's a catalyst exposing fracture.
We are run by oligarchs. We have no actual representation. That's what I was saying earlier with the whole we're heading towards a point, and the whole left-right thing is just what side of the line we're on as we march towards that destiny. Like, that's what I'm saying. We're marching towards an end point, and whether it's one world government or whatever, the left or right side seems like it's more and more just a distraction, so nobody notices how many steps forward we've taken.
In the trucking industry, while it spotlights the dangers of regulatory and unchecked immigration, it also undergoes the need for smarter reforms to protect the 10 million jobs tied to freight. Truckers need protection. You know what I mean? And this is one of the instances that they need protection.
That's what the Second Amendment's for, my friend. But yeah, no, this is one of those things where Gavin Newsom in California do not want to talk about this guy or what's going on. Johnny's a Reagan baby. I unfortunately was unlucky enough to be born during Carter, says Mr. Q. So yeah, I'm a Reagan baby. I don't know, like unlucky enough to be born during. I know this is off topic, but Digger is still a fed. Nice. That's nice. Thank you, Jake and the Hudson. That's nice. I'll let her know that you have proudly decried that it's off topic. Digger's still fed. Reagan was pres in 1980. So yeah, so then Reagan was elected before I was born, re-elected while I was born. I'm a Reagan baby. I would argue Reagan had his issues, but if nothing else, at best, Reagan was a bumbling idiot, and they pushed enough stuff while he was there. Like, we really, really, really didn't need the war on drugs. We didn't need the closing of the mental hospitals and health facilities. We could have used some reform in those areas. Maybe make sure that they're operating in a more humane, above-board manner. But I feel like the outright closing of them isn't the thing. Scruffy saying Canadians aren't real. I have to strongly disagree, and I will admit I don't have any evidence for the basis of my disagreement, other than the fact that I'm emotionally invested in a Canadian. So if she's not real, I'm so fucked. Like, well, I suppose if she's not real, then she's AI, right? Then I could just then she doesn't need to be Canadian. We can just download her here. All right. Digger is leading the Wexit movement. Dude, West Canada does want to exit from East Canada, and God, I hope they do. God, I hope they do. Because I would love to see that happen. I'm not invested in seeing West Canada become America or its own nation. I have no dog in that race. I feel like it doesn't matter which of those happens, because while people like Digger might be like, we should base West Canada off the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution and use the architecture. It's like, right, but you're not going to get to do that unless you also install oligarchies to run everything. Like, you're not going to get the change you want. You'll never get America 1.0. You'll get America current version. That's the best you'll get. And whether that's America current version done in your flavor or America current version as part of the USA, that's the best you're going to get, unfortunately. There's too many people that I call it Alaska 2. Oh, that would hurt. That would be insensitive. So it's not like they're a country or they're states, but they don't get their own name. Even like we don't have we have multiple cities. Like, there's multiple Rochesters in the U.S. There's no like Rochester 1, Rochester 2 kind of thing. But like in states, that's even worse. You can't be like, well, Alaska 2. Although I will say, I like the sound of Alaska 2. Like that, just hear me out. Don't think of it as a number. Just think of it as a phonetic pronunciation. Alaska 2. Where are you from? I'm from Alaska, too. It's nice. I like that. It's nice. We got about a half hour in the program. I'm going to be saying Alaska, too, for a while. I don't know where Digger is. She hasn't been in any of the chats. That's almost worrisome. I was hoping she was going to grab her tablet and join us in one or more of the chats, which unfortunately she has not today. So maybe that means she's busy working on her PC and everything will be great. And then we'll be all buttoned up and ready to roll tomorrow when she's back on the program, because I would love to have my regular Wednesday with Digger. I'm not sure if we will or not, because I miss Digger. I do too. And Officer Krupke, I have her in custody. She's been arrested for being a fucking Canuck. So yeah, I would like her to be here tomorrow too. It's a fun show when she's here. And I don't have to talk as much. The weather's getting drier. The more I talk, the more it burns on me, and my voice kind of burns out a little bit. I'm out of water, and I don't want to drink more because then I'm going to have to get up and pee, which right now, given how my body's been, should be good for like another hour. But I don't want to push it, I don't want to push it. I'm here. I've been learning all sorts about my PC, LOL. Well, I hope your PC is working well. Killer's General Horseplay would love you to toke up. So if it's not in any way a difficulty, please do a dab. Officer Krupke saying, oh, she escaped. But really, like, dude, how hard is it to keep one redheaded Canadian lady tied up? I do it for hours on end. I don't mean physically, mind you. I just keep her tied up in activities and entertainment, talking and such. Yo, Johnny, thought I'd stop in for a bit, says Richard Head. 2 days in a row, I couldn't stand to listen to Aaron. I guess getting fucked in the ass in jail really does turn you gay and retarded. I have not heard that happened. He insists that it didn't. I'm inclined to believe him just on the whole, like, you don't got that kind of privacy. And also, if there's ever anything that would kill the mood, like, I can't think of what would do it faster than discovering Dookie on a bathroom floor. Like, as soon as you're learning that somebody up in here is shitting in the shower, like, I'm sorry, you've got better things to do. You aren't even whacking it at that point. You're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Somebody shitting in the shower? We got some problems to deal with. Like, that's a problem. I don't know about that, but whatever. All right, what? Oh, yeah. Johnny is dressing up as wheelchair Spider-Man. I think we covered that. That's been... Why do you keep repeating that? Didn't you say that earlier? Yeah. Why do you... Whatever. Classic waffle stomp. Well, dude, that's the thing. Like, supposedly somebody just like took a deuce, left it in the shower, just like put like fucking tissue over it. It's no. Bye. I'm a wily old Canuck, Officer Krupke. It'll take more than a double knot to hold me for long. So I love that she's feeding into this. So she apparently, that's good to know, Digger. More than a double knot. I'm just keeping these notes for when you visit me, because it's a one-way trip. Anyways, we have people gonna be, see, Johnny's planning fucked up shit. We have 30 minutes left in the program. I don't want to keep going with the trucker guy. Again, it's shockwaves in the industry. They've been dealing for a while with drivers obviously competing for lower bids, but those same drivers aren't very good on the road. We finished the Japanese idol story. Dear Lord, that's weird. What the fuck? All right, anyways, we'll go to this. So, I'm a nobody on a Know Nothing, Do Nothing podcast. I don't know what podcast this is. I don't know who these people are. But apparently they are a big enough podcast to have Don Lemon on their program, which is not an insult to them. I'm sure Don Lemon's a big get. It's an insult to Don Lemon because at this point, he's only welcome on podcast streams, and he's doing it to try and tap into his own audience.
Is Megyn Kelly chopped?
And they're using Gen Z, or is it Gen Alpha? Is it Gen Alpha? They're using Gen Alpha language.
I don't know what that means. I don't know what.
Chopped or unk? First, those are stupid. And this, I'm so glad we get Don Lemon being everybody around my age.
I don't know what is chop. I've heard it, but I don't know what that means. What does
chop mean?
She's gonna get mad at me, dude. I don't know if I want this here.
What is chop?
No, why would you care? Does anyone watch this program? How did you get Don Lemon on your show?
Chop means like not hot.
Okay, so you're saying Megyn Kelly is not hot if you're calling her chopped. Are you calling her chopped, or are we just asking Don Lemon to do it?
She's chopped.
Don Lemon's into dudes. So no offense. Don Lemon thinking she's chopped or not chopped means nothing. Oh, yeah, laugh at that harder, buddy. I'm sure that's a surprise that the gay guy isn't into Megyn Kelly.
I don't know, the whole MAGA look.
It's all the MAGA ladies.
Too much.
Kind of looks like a...
All right, and this is where I have to disagree with that. I've seen quite a few MAGA ladies. I'll say this. Most liberal ladies, way more than MAGA ladies, but there's fatties on both sides.
Barbie doll covered in...
Let's not be clear. Let's be completely clear. Women's attraction is not politically based. You're not going to find more attractive women on the left or the right. It is literally some women on the right are attractive, some women on the left are attractive. AOC is kind of like okay if she keeps those donkey teeth out of the way. What is Jasmine Crockett? I mean, I like her, but I hate how she can't pick a race. Jasmine
like
Crockett.
40.
I think
She's upper city white and then she's black some days. Again, pick one. Pick one. Are you inner city black or are you upper crusty white? Like you use both. Pick one.
trans.
G-Lock simply saying, nobody else wanted to talk to Dawn. That's true. And this is, oh God, I just missed this. She looks trans. This is a bitchy gay guy. This is something I've seen. This is a bitchy gay guy. Like that, like, no offense. I've seen a lot of trans looking people. And if you think Megyn Kelly looks trans, you ain't seen trans. Have you seen that? What was the swimmer's name? Not Michael. What fucking whatever the UPenn or whatever swimmer. That's a trans person. Rusty Grammar. Wrong. Loony left women are all gross. And this is where, again, I and Scruffy agreeing. You can think that. You're entirely allowed to think that. And maybe in your opinion, that is the case because of their political policies. But I'm saying if you separate policy from the physical appearance, that's not the case. There's some women that are beautiful on that side, some women that aren't. I'll say this. You see pictures of your loony left women
Trans.
in a fucking bikini, and you'd be like, oh, that's okay. And we reveal the face. You'd be like, wow, she's ugly. Why? Because I don't like her. And that's the problem. Mega women. Why does anyone care what these losers have to say? I'm just enjoying the fact that Don Lemon is calling Megyn Kelly a lady who looks like she's trans.
Let's end on that note.
She looks clockable.
She looks clockable? Ooh. Johnny's stocked up on chloroform and duct tape for when Digger shows up. No, I just need the second one. The first one's not necessary. I've already won her over with my charm. So yeah, it's just the second one. Just the second one. All right, we got a half hour left. So, and you know what? I'll pull up some Megyn Kelly pics, and let's go images. Again, this is one of those where you can hate her for her politics. You can hate her all you want, but that lady ain't trans looking. No, I don't want to open the link. I want to open the image. That lady ain't trans looking. Like, that lady ain't... You can see so much about the musculature and the architecture of her neck. If there were an Adam's apple in there, she had it removed. So there's, again, I think he means passable. She's pronounced jaw. She has a pronounced jaw. I mean, she has a pronounced jaw. She thinks women should be wives and mothers first, leave politics to men. Who is that? To be fair, any woman in politics sucks. My wife is cool with losing her voting rights just so the blue hairs can't vote. Again, like I said, you're making a basis about appearances based off of political stuff that's not physical. We're going just with the physical here. Just with the physical. So, what was the name of that fucking... Right, Megyn Kelly looks trans. Megyn Kelly looks trans. Don Lemon, Megyn Kelly looks trans, and that's a woman. That's a woman. So again, Leah Thomas is just a chick living her best life. Megyn Kelly looks trans. Dude, this is what a guy looks like with just a little bit of musculature. And look at that Adam's apple popping out. You're telling me she hit it in those narrow bones on her neck? Hotness is not just skin deep. Beauty is subjective and not a standard. Absolutely, AP. I agree completely. Hotness is not just skin deep. A person's personality makes them entirely unfuckable. I said AOC and who did I say? Who's the other one? Jasmine Crockett. I would never, ever actually want to hook up with either of them because of their personality and their politics. Not that I'd have a shot in hell, mind you, but I never would because, again, I want to get physical. Physical. But yes, that's, again, it's just very funny. It's very funny for Don Lemon to be like a bitchy gay guy. He wishes his show, like, no offense, he doesn't do that podcast if his show is doing as well as hers is. So, of course, he's going to be like, yeah, she looks like a trans. We remember the Draclonus story. Pepperidge Farms remembers. I actually seen Canta Johnny Brown Jackson with straight hair the other day instead of the slinkies. I thought she was attractive. I mean, you're allowed to have that opinion. I don't know that I would agree, but you're allowed to have that opinion. Just the same way Don Lemon's allowed to be a bitchy gay guy. And, oh, dear Lord. The internet's tweets in response to that clip. Well, Don Lemon's gay, so there's that. It's like asking a vegetarian for a recommendation on a good steakhouse. Don Lemon probably thinks Rosie and Ellen are 10s. Well, he thinks they're 10s, but they're past their prime. From the same dude that said that Michelle Obama was more beautiful than Melania Trump. Ooh, yeah, actually, here. I don't buy in on the whole, like, Big Mike, she's got a dick thing. But I'll say this. The same guy that said, Michelle Obama's more beautiful than Melania Trump, not even getting that fucking she has a dick bullshit in the middle of it, that's objectively false. Like, you could say whatever you want. I've called Melania Trump a trophy wife and a mail order bride and other stuff. I've been a dick. And I'll say this, she's 10 times better looking than Michelle Obama. Melania Trump, way better looking than Michelle Obama. And I don't even believe Michelle Obama's a dude. Damn fine for her age, too. I don't know about that. Probably. She could afford it. But again, Melania Trump is miles above. Mail order bride. Oh no. A paid for hot whore. The horror. I'll say this, man. Regardless of whether it was a mail order bride situation or not, like, she's fucking pretty. She's fucking hot. And she's a hell of a lot prettier and hotter than Michelle Obama. That has nothing to do with politics or anything. That's just, no, those are what we call facts. So you gotta make your peace with it. So yeah, I'm sorry, Don. We can't trust you on the she looks trans radar thing. It's just not a good look. All right, so let's find out about this guy who stabbed people with a fork. On our continuing Indian nationals coming to America and not making a fuckery of it. Boston has charged Praneeth Kumar Isibharilli, an Indian national, with allegedly stabbing 2 minor victims with a metal fork while on board a Lufthansa flight from Chicago to Germany. So you were leaving the U.S. You just thought you'd put a stabbing in there? Yusa Pirelli, who is in the United States on a student visa for a master's program in biblical studies, is accused of stabbing two 17-year-old boys and slapping passengers and crew. All right, now I want like fucking cockpit video. The Justice Department memo released this information. Following meal service, minor A was sleeping lightly in the middle seat when he allegedly awoke to see Yusa Pirelli standing over him. It is alleged that Yusa Pirelli used his right hand to strike minor A in the left clavicle area with a metal fork. Then Yusa Pirelli allegedly lunged toward minor B, who was seated to minor A's right in a middle seat in the center row of the aircraft. A struck to minor B in the back of the head. With the fork, minor B suffered a laceration to the rear of his head. The DOJ doesn't say why Yusa Pirelli tried to kill these two kids. Were they wearing? Yeah, why did you go after him? When flight crew members attempted to subdue Yusa Pirelli, he allegedly raised his hand, formed a gun with his fingers, put it in his mouth, and pulled an imaginary trigger. Immediately afterwards, he allegedly turned towards a female passenger to his left, slapped her with his hand, and also attempted to slap flight crew members. So this dude sounds like he's absolutely bug fucking nuts. The flight from Chicago to Frankfurt was diverted to Boston's Logan Airport. Oh. How pissed are you? You're going from Chicago to Germany, Chicago to Frankfurt. You got to stop in Boston now because of this cunt. Lufthansa. Yeah, Lufthansa. It was Lufthansa. Hubby hubba. What? Megyn Kelly is hot? Yeah, Megyn Kelly is fucking hot. Like, again, I don't care what you think about her politics. You can say, Megyn Kelly, I'm not attracted to Megyn Kelly because I hate her politics. That's fine. That's fine. But if you're telling me Megyn Kelly looks trans, and the weirdest part is, if anybody should be able to spot a chick with a dick, you'd think it'd be Don. He'd be having more reasons to enjoy their company. Guy is Islam, kids Jews. Again, we don't have those answers. I would go with that if it wasn't the complete unadulterated assault of everyone that tried to stop him, like putting a gun in his mouth and pulling the trigger, and then slapping the staff. Everything else, is Islam a big tradition in India? Because this guy is an Indian national, so I thought they were all Hindu. But what do I know? You know? So he attacked the flight crew members. He does not have lawful status in the United States. Well, he's not here illegally. You just said he was here on a student visa. Who was in the United States on a student visa for a master's program in biblical studies. That's not here illegally. Don't say he's here illegally. Unless the visa's up. The flight from Chicago to Frankfurt was diverted. Yeah, unless the visa's up, he's not here legally. No, thank you. That's not correct. Hence, we got Afghanistan and Pakistans. What? India was divided between Hindus and Muslims. That's what apartheid was. I thought apartheid was in South Africa between whites and blacks. Again, we've had apartheid probably in multiple places, I would guess. And hence we got Afghanistan and Pakistan. Aren't those both Muslim? I don't know. Don Lemon is probably I doubt that. Rusty Grammar. I would hope not. I would hope Don Lemon has better things to do than find internet universes to hang out on. I mean, fuck, isn't he still trying to make his whole independent journalist streamer career work? His pals in the news industry, Tucker Carlson's got it slinging like nobody's business. Megyn Kelly's doing great. Got a like a streaming deal and stuff. So like, I don't know. What's Don up to? Alrighty. We have 30 minutes left in the show. We'll see what of these stories we actually get to. I've got one that's a creepy costumes thing. Oh. And I've got another thing that's just fun music. Alrighty. When the British left India All the Muslims got pushed in Afghanistan and Pakistan for the most part, but there still are Muslims in India. Oh, so there are Muslims in India. Those other two aren't flaming homos, though. Yeah, wait, why does that matter? SC Motorsports, do you know who they are? I don't know I don't even know who they are. I just know that apparently whoever they are, they have a show big enough to get Don Lemon on it, but Don Lemon isn't smart enough to realize he shouldn't be doing little itty bitty podcast shows. But when you're Don Lemon, I mean, you got nothing else to go off of, so you might as well. And while you're at it, call Megyn Kelly a trans. Which again, as a left guy, shouldn't you be against that? I thought you guys were all like, woo, we're embracing of people's genetic lifestyles and identities. All right, so I meant Megyn Kelly and Tucker. Oh, those two aren't flaming homos. Well, you say that, but has Megyn Kelly ever, like, until she's on mine, I won't believe she rides dick. Look, until she's effing me, I don't believe she effs dudes, all right? Like, I don't care if you could have a tape. I'm like, dude, AI video, fake news, my friend. Like that would ever happen. All right, GameStop. We've got this. We talked earlier this morning about it on Aaron's show. We talked about it yesterday on my program. The fucking console wars, if we can call it that, are coming to an end. And Donald Trump wanted to take credit for it, and I don't care what reason Donald Trump wants to take credit for it. He absolutely can't. The console wars ended a while before Donald Trump even got into office. It was like it was around a year or more ago, I think, that like Phil Spencer and others revealed that Xbox's overarching plans are to move away from hardware and get behind software to lean into things like the Game Pass that they've upped the price on, because they're planning to, like, this is where people are like, oh, they upped the price on Game Pass. No, they grandfathered the old people in when they saw how pissed everyone got. But the reason they did that, and that was always part of the recipe, was because they're going to try and push the Game Pass on everything. So now Game Pass just plays Steam games. It's the new Steam. They're going to try to beat and absorb Steam. Good luck to you. But they're going to try and beat and absorb Steam. And if they do, then it's going to be, like I said, you buy your console, which is probably a PlayStation, and you play games through your Xbox Game Pass. That's what it's going to become. But either way, with the release of the Halo game on PlayStation, Donald Trump was like, the console wars are over. Fucking, they ended a long time ago. And they were gay anyway. But anyways, so because of that, GameStop's stock rose 7.7% after the White House account posted a statement from the video game retailer declaring the end to console wars. The boost in GameStop shares followed a series of social media interactions that began when GameStop posted a declaration on X announcing the official cessation of the console wars. And that's not true, though. Like, I mean, you can call it that just because fucking Halo's on the PlayStation. Did they make a single PlayStation exclusive now available on Xbox? Do we get the full Final Fantasy VII remake shit on Xbox? No, we still got to wait a year each one? Oh, okay. GameStop's original post, which was reposted by the White House, cited Microsoft's NASDAQ and recent announcement that it would release a remake of Halo Combat Evolved on Sony's PlayStation 5 in 2026 alongside its Xbox consoles. The game has historically been Xbox exclusive since the early 2000s. Right. It's a tongue-in-cheek declaration. GameStop positioned itself as a neutral entity in the world's retail trading and game destination, stating that all claims to exclusivity are hereby dissolved, and instructing console loyalists to cease hostilities, disband militias, and enjoy this new era of gaming. Or in other words, nothing really changed from PlayStation's point of view. The unusual interaction between White House social media accounts and the video game retailer comes amid continued volatility in GameStop's stock, which has been a focal point for retailer investors since the 2021 meme stock phenomenon. Microsoft's decision to bring the Halo franchise to PlayStation represents a significant shift in the gaming industry's competitive landscape, where exclusive titles have traditionally been used to drive console sales. Right, but that's not going to happen anymore except with PlayStation. PlayStation ain't going to give up their shit. They don't need to. I don't understand why people care so much, because Halo has been out for forever, and either you had an Xbox or you like Halo, or you don't care. Well, that's kind of what I was saying. You've either played it or you've watched gameplay. Nobody's like fucking losing their mind, and I would feel bad to find out I'm wrong. Nobody's losing their mind to play the newest Halo remake. I fucking downloaded and played the Master Chief Collection that came out a while ago. And I just like, overall, I got into it, but I was like, it's fun for a hot minute until you realize how shit of a story setup Halo 1 had. For all of Bungie's big talk before Halo 3 came out with their behind-the-scenes stuff and their documentaries and things they released about Halo 3 and making this story and bringing it to there really wasn't a story in Halo 1. Master Chief is just there. Nobody explains the Spartan program or what any of that stuff is. You're just Master Chief. Cortana wasn't assigned to you. The ship was going down and you had to protect her. Then by game 3, she was assigned to you. You were the Spartan she chose. Oh, fuck off. I heard Otani is getting traded to the Twins. That would be weird. Is that real, Ross Dogs, or are you just talking out my ass? Because Shohei Otani getting traded, I don't know how to. Anyhow, Otani getting traded here could be great for the sports book. There'll be plenty of people playing. Ain't gonna see Mario over there. PlayStation should have gotten the MCC. Not one new game. I don't know what the MCC is. I don't know. Whatever. Okay, so we're done with that. So let's go to this one. We've got a story of a kite surfer. We're trying to wind it down here. We got about 10 minutes or so, 15 or so left in the program. So we've got a story about a kite surfer from Australia, or was he new? I think he's a kite surfer in New Zealand. A kite surfer in New Zealand lost his kite and his board, and apparently washed up on shore with a 17-year-old board from Australia. So let's check this out.
This surfboard has spent nearly a year and a half at sea. It was spotted in New Zealand by a kite surfer who posted the find to social media. The board blew off a boat in its bag in May 2024 and journeyed across the Tasman. The design sparked online discussion and helped Alberto Bueno locate the board's owner. His family is planning a trip to New Zealand for a wedding where they'll collect the long-lost board. This isn't the first time a surfboard has travelled solo. This one didn't come home for 4 years.
Dude, that is so fucked. 4 years.
And helped Alberto Bueno locate the board's owner. His family is planning
Yeah. I didn't mean to back it up this far.
Where they'll collect the long-lost board. This isn't the first.
This is the trippiest fucking thing. This is where I'm like, where people are like, ocean pollution is a problem. And I'm like, yeah, is it though? I feel like they find a way to make use of it. Look at the barnacles on that bitch. That thing is just a floating pile of sea creatures. Oh, that's fun.
Time a surfboard has travelled solo. This one didn't come home for 4 years. Lost on a wave off the south coast of Tasmania in 2017, it was found by fishermen 16 months later.
God, that's fucking gross looking. You ferret that thing out of the water? What for? Are you keeping any of these barnacles, or are you gonna eat them? What's the deal? And are these like fresh barnacles? Are these like little fresh barnacles just starting? These little white things? It looks like somebody either shot it with a 12 gauge with buckshot, or it's the most peppered money shot you've ever seen.
In northern Queensland. But they were unable to find the owner, Hobart surfer Danny Griffiths, for several years.
Why did you keep trying? You found a surfboard floating in the ocean, covered in barnacles, been there for years. Who cares? Jellyfish is wow, look at all those delicious oysters. Were those oysters? I thought those were barnacles. I thought those were just barnacles. So I did not know that. Foreigners. Matthew Q saying baseball. No Twins can't afford more than one good player. We have one? We have a good player? I don't know. I'm not big on the baseball, so I have not kept up. I did not know, though, that we had a good player. I did not know that. All right, we got a minute here for 420, so I'm like kind of keeping an eye on the clock to see when we hit that 420, and I can use maybe what's in here will work. Is it gone? It seems like it's gone. It seems like it's gone, and we're done, and it's all over. Shut it down. Oh God! Did I just notice the clock when it turned 419? Because now I feel like it won't turn like 420 just because it's fucking with me. It's got to be any second now. I need a second hand. I've got to find a way to set that up so it does the second hand, so I can know how far away I am from 420. Because now I'm just talking out my ass, waiting for my digital clock on my. There we go. All right, there we are. The Master Chief Collection, my bet. What about it? Who cares? What? The MCC. Fucking, all right, whatever. Halo's new graphics sucks. Not surprised. Again, fucking, here's why you have a feeling about that. That sucks. I don't think anyone should give a shit about Halo, the new remake, remaster. Everyone should collectively join as a world. We should hold hands as a planet and tell Microsoft to fuck off. Who cares about paying for another remake of a game that you've remade and you've remastered and you've re-released God knows how many times? Halo Combat Evolved has been remade, remastered, re-released on the 360, on the Xbox One. Let it go. I hate when they do that. Let's sell the same game again. It's gay. All right, that guy found his surfboard. We've got 10 minutes left. I don't want to do that one. Let's go with this. We've got a Freak on. Oh. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for playing Freak on a Leash. Somebody has an AI rendition of Freak on a Leash, and it's just awesome. Central Time doesn't matter, only EST, says Ross Dog. Everyone knows this. No. Central Time matters the most. That's why it's correct standard time. That's why we use CST. CST is correct standard time. Excuse me. Everything else is wrong. See, Matthew Q knows it. I need to toke up. I just got some very potent herb. Good for you, Killers General Horseplay. I always feel weird when I read that name out loud, but I have to remember. Yeah, Killers General Horseplay. Good for you. Glad for you. Hope you've got a mighty fine strain for your brain. I'm on the embers, but I am going to try and take most of this week off, bring the potency down. This morning got really, really rough with the legs and the back and the body. So we'll see. It toned down, though. It's toned down over the day, and we'll see how we land. But I'm hoping to hold out for a couple of days. I don't need to smoke I got to smoke some weed. But I'll tell you this. I don't know anything else that gives me my body, relaxes it but doesn't impede it. Definitely nothing that I can control on a gradient scale like weed where I can smoke less or more. Everything they give me is a pill. And it's we'll take this one pill every 12 hours. And then you'll kind of have ups and downs in that 12 hours. But you're going to be kind of fucked. It'll either work or it doesn't. And if it works, it'll work too much. And if it doesn't work, it won't work at all. Hey, Johnny, I'm getting a train horn installed in my car because I'm sick and tired of people looking down at their phones when crossing the road. Dude, people don't look where they are going at all anymore. It pisses me off. You're moving forward. Pay attention to what's in front of you. All right. Let's hit play. What's with the fucking uber inspirational music? We're in Florida. You found a gator. It's a crocagator. That's not new. He's scared now. One weekend a month, 2 weekends a year. You too can drag a dinosaur out of a housing complex. All right, now I feel like you're just fucking with that cop. No offense, and this is why I hate Facebook videos. I hate these fucking shits. I use this as a source of entertainment. Stop being a cunt. What the hell are we doing here, buddy? What the hell? You're just trying to fuck over your friend. You guys are taking on alligators, and you're like, hey, look, there's a guy who's screwing you over. I seen a hell of an accident today. Semi flipped over with a freaking dump bed on it. That guy must have been really doing something. Yeah, dude. That's not something you hear about every day. Landmine people can do whatever they want. People can do what? Hey, Johnny, I'm getting a train. Oh. I mean, quite frankly, pictures on Facebook. Dude, I don't know what the deal is with the music, but more importantly, and I'm going to mute it since we don't seem to have audio. Why do you keep showing him who's going after? Like, you're being a dick. You're being a dick to that gator. And now we're going to duct tape him. Poor guy doesn't understand what's going on. What he possibly could have done to deserve such cruel fate. Meanwhile, he's like, dude, I'll rip you guys to shit if I could just open my mouth. How much duct tape is enough duct tape for roping the alligator? Now, why are we... didn't we just get him out of the building? Why are we bringing him back? We're just dragging the gator. Does he have to leave through this side? So now they're going to cut the tape off of him and catch and release. Honestly, this is a lot of work to go through. Couldn't you just, you guys have guns, right? No offense. Is there a gator population problem I'm not aware of? I mean, just murk the dude. All right, no, really, they're not going to do that. That's going to be a bitch to get that duct tape off. They cut it off, Jelly for the Smelly. They just cut it off of him. And then they threw him loose into the water by somebody's boat. That's somebody's boat over there, man. That's somebody's boat. And you're like, hey, how about we just now you're trying to hit him with your baton. Again, be mean to him or don't. Trying to chase him off. What if he doesn't want to hang out in the cold water? He's a fucking amphibian. And, of course, all of you got to take your pictures with him. The city of Orlando, where we say, fuck gators. Again, the water's cold. What if he doesn't want to get in? Cruel American slobs, no respect for animals. I mean, it is a gator. You realize that animal is going to murder you, 10 ways from Sunday. American slobs. You implying you're somehow better from wherever you're from? I would say anyone who thinks that people are somehow better because they're in this country or that country. No. They do things differently, sure. But people are always bags of shit. And considering how many pets and people those alligators will take out if they can, I'm not feeling too bad. But okay. I guess I'm a dick. Anyhow, we are about to head out of here. So hopefully our girl Digger will join us tomorrow. I haven't seen her say anything in the chat about whether or not she's going to be available. Hopefully we'll see Digger and some of the other people we missed. I missed Wild Saffron today. I'm scrolling through here. Still don't see Wild Saffron anywhere there. Thank you, Lab Glass, Rusty Graham, everybody that threw anything in anywhere. Thank you so much. So we'll have our show at $60 tomorrow or Thursday. Tomorrow's goal is to clear out Thursday at $60. So that's beautiful. Hopefully Digger will be with us to join us doing it. And then, Yeah, and then I'll be back Thursday and Friday. Friday's the Halloween show. I'm going to be here, hopefully Digger. I'll be dressed up. And then next Saturday, fuck you. Next Friday is the birthday GoFundMe stream, or GoFme stream for short. The birthday GoFme stream next Friday. I got to pick up some booze this Saturday for that. Also, for the GoFme stream, just a quick note, a fan of the show gave me some salsa, and it is delicious. But after opening and eating it, I discovered, one, I had 2 jars of it, and I lost one, kicking myself for that. But 2, this is the more important part, that's got some kick. Oh, boy. I'm a mild salsa guy. This is some spicy shit. So much so spicy that I am going to use it next Friday. I keep saying Saturday. Next Friday on the birthday GoFme stream. Now, between now and then, I may have a few scoop chips of it again, but it is so spicy that I'm going to make sure I save a bunch of it for that purpose, and we're gonna do scoops of the spicy stuff. So yes, we're gonna get out of here. If Canada celebrates Halloween, that is cultural appropriation. 1, Canada totally celebrates Halloween, Ross Dogs, and yes, it is a Halloween show on Friday. Canada totally celebrates Halloween. We did a video yesterday of a lady who was a immigrant to Canada, very, very upset because she just got out of Egypt, a Palestinian immigrant and refugee, and very upset at the Halloween thing because people had decorations on display. So she was like, "Fuck you guys," and it's like, wow, that's a hard line. The inattentive driving is your fault, Johnny. How can I watch you and look at the road? I have priorities. The traffic can wait. Well, that's the wrong way to be about it. And we've been a minute over. So I'll let you get back to what you're doing. I'm going to head out of here. We've been Johnny. You've been an audience. It's been awesome. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Fuck off.
Hey world, what should we do? All the jokes have become the news. Take the black pill they're prescribed.